We are told in the two great commands, I know we repeat this every week, but just to kind of reset our focus before we get started, the two great commands are love commands. Love your creator, your Elohim, with all your heart, mind, and being, and soul, and etc., and love your neighbor as yourself. And all of the stuff that's written basically hangs on those two sort of framework commands. So everything is broken up into two areas of life. Everything in your scriptures is to get you to understand how to do those two things. But how do we do them? It's expressed through the commandments. But when you were doing the mischief, guess what you were? You were far from the authority that should have been in your life that told you not to do whatever it is you were doing. There probably even was a small voice in your head saying, this is probably not a good idea. And you ignored that voice. You listened to the other one going, come on, it'll be fun, we'll get away with it, it'll be great. So you had to be further from, we'll call it the authority voice. So he's saying here, those who pursue mischief, they've drawn near to do whatever they're doing, but they are inside far from the authority. Now, you may know you don't merit anything and ask for something different. It's called mercy. Okay? David isn't asking for mercy here. He knows he's done something to merit. And he's saying to Yah, I'm asking for something because I believe I've done something to merit that. Because that's our relationship. You said, if you obey me, you will merit these things. Maybe we should word it that way better when we look at things like Deuteronomy 28 and Exodus 19 and the covenant and the blessings listed and cursings in Deuteronomy 28. It says, if you guard and obey my commands, I will give you these blessings. Actually, the wording I think would be better in your mind to say, you will merit these blessings. You know, when we read how many Psalms as he says, your mercy endures forever. Is that for Yahweh? Oh, gee, thanks, I forgot my mercy endures forever. I forgot I'm compassionate. Or is that for you? His mercy endures forever. That's a reminder for you. You're reprogramming your mind by saying that over and over again. He is an El compassionate. He is the mighty El. His mercy endures forever. Who is like you, O Yahweh? No one, right? And so this is for you, not for him. He knows all this. It is Lashon Hara if. If what you say is intended to cause shame or harm, or if it unintentionally causes shame or harm. In other words, you may think that you're helping, you may think that you're doing something, but you're actually embarrassing or shaming somebody by sharing something that wasn't yours to share. Your intention wasn't to cause harm, but it did. Or cause embarrassment or shame, but it did. All negative behavior is contagious. I'll say it again. All inappropriate, wrong behavior is contagious. And it doesn't necessarily be, we're not even talking about like obvious things. If you go to a graduation on Shabbat, you can talk to other people about it and get them excited to think they can do it. It's a wrong behavior, it's a negative behavior, but it looks like a positive behavior. I went to be with my family, and I was there for my grandson who was graduating, and I did all of whatever it was. But you broke Shabbat. But it can be contagious. Torah is love. Yahweh is love. Elohim is love. Why? Because it's going to expose where you don't have love, where your relationships are wrong, so you can fix them. Because what's wrong with the husband-wife relationship? It's a love problem. What's wrong with the parent-child problem? It's a love problem. What's the problem between you and your ministry person? It's a love problem. All relationships break down to that. If I don't want to give the money, it's because I love the money as being mine as opposed to recognizing it's his. See, it's a love problem. In other words, either there's not love where it should be or the love's in the wrong place. I mean, I'm always telling people that in all relationships, if you don't set the expectancy up, it's going to set itself up by default. If you and I have any kind of relationship, you already have an idea of what you expect from me, whether I offered it to you or not. See, that's the fun part. I believe it's there whether or not you offered it to me, and you believe it's there whether or not I offered it to you, because you have it worked out in your head. See, the beauty of Scripture, let's bring this back to Scripture, is David is showing you he understands the relational expectancy. All relationships need to have an expectancy. You have got to do that with your children. You've got to do that with your spouses. You've got to do it with your friends. Do it with family members who now don't understand you like they thought they used to because you've changed the way you walk. You know what? Sit down and have that conversation about expectancy. Hey, I know you don't understand what I'm doing. I don't expect you to change like I've changed. Take that burden off, because that may be something they're afraid of. It's an expectancy relationship. Okay? I'm going to give you the simplicity that this is universal. She expects to be taken care of and made safe. He expects to be treated with respect and believed in. Those two things are universal. Okay? And if you're not doing those things for either side, then you can't be surprised when things are not going well. If they're not going well, at some point there's a disconnect where he's not feeling respected or she's not feeling safe, or both. Period.